this. I guess it's automatically there at the bottom, but yeah, we'll see if anybody notices I'm live. I don't know if where I'm on the vertical version, if it's going to notify people, if it works the same way or what. Let's see if anybody wants to hop in here. Hey, someone joined. Who is it, I wonder? Danny, what's up, brother? Yeah, it has been a long time. Hey, I'm just chilling. Kind of missed socializing with everybody on live and everything, so decided to hop on. First time in ages. As you can tell, my beard is a little bit longer now, so that probably goes to show how long it's been since I've been on here. Yo, Adriano, what's happening? What's happening, my brother? If someone could help me out and let me know, like, is this the mic that's working as the input right now? It should be this one. Like, if I move this, do that cause a noise? That should be the mic. Yeah? Okay, thanks, Frankie. Seal, what's up, brother? Jack, my man. Jack is an absolute legend. Jack is an absolute legend. Drew. Man, I missed everybody so much. I missed everybody. My ex left me a living trust, and I am wondering, have anyone been through this? 10.3 million in cash and one condo. I am so overwhelmed. Yeah, you should be overwhelmed. You should be overwhelmed. Pez turning into young Santa. Yeah, that's kind of true. Once I start going, gray or white or whatever in the beard, I'm going to be pretty much the exact image of Santa. Actually, if you go back and look at my last thumbnail for one of my last streams when I did that giveaway, it shows me as Santa, and it is pretty accurate. Graph. That's another legend right there, guys. So, oh, look at this. Seal is so glad to see me. I look happy and healthy. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah. I will admit, it does feel a little bit weird going live and chatting or whatever when I don't have my earbuds in. Like, typically when I would do it before, I would have my earbuds in. My mic would be right in front of me. It would feel like I was really in the zone. But, yeah, this will work, though. I kind of do like this as well. It's so much easier to get it going. And maybe if I want to continue doing this or do it more often, then it will be easier to set up. Bindu Amkaram. What's up, bro? Were you in the chats before in my old streams? It's all right, man. Just good to get back into it. Exactly, yeah. Because I don't really know, like, if I'm being honest, I don't really know my place in social media, quote unquote influencing, whatever it is. I don't really know what I want, if I want to, or what I want to do with that. But I do know I enjoy sitting down and talking to you guys, like the audience I did build up. I really, really like you guys, and I don't want to leave you guys hanging, so. You're Indian? Well, yeah. I mean, like, were you, like, hanging around before, but. We love the place you have in the community. I appreciate that. And I do feel loved, too. I do feel loved, and it helps a lot to move through the journey of being a trader and trying to succeed in this game. Having people around you that understand like the value in being supportive, you know, it makes a big difference. Ooh, new subscriber. Appreciate that. F social media, man. We can even talk shit in the Dissy if you ever want to. 100%, dude. Yeah. The thing about not knowing like what my place is in social media is I do kind of feel like there is a lane for me in it. Something I can do that I would enjoy and also be effective for building the audience and be worthwhile to do it like consistently. I just don't really know what that lane is yet. Nay, miss you too. What's up? Where am I from? I'm from Canada. Tim says, hey Pez, hey friends. Big welcome to Tim. Got the hearts in the bottom right. Whoever's doing that, appreciate you, dog. How's your trading been, Pez? It's been okay. I'll say in the past month, I've taken a decent amount of payouts. The past month has been good, yeah. Still on XFAs again. I'm thinking about really locking in to go back to live, but if I do that, I want to go max funding again. Bye, see you soon. Peace out, brother. Can it be Ariel? Probably is. It's usually her. Yo, Adam. Miss you. Miss you, dog. Patty, what you work at? I'm a full-time trader. Which is stressful. It's not all it's cut out to be at times. Beard looks hella dope. Thank you. Someone recognizes. I've been actually like kind of putting in work to make it look pretty good. Kind of like, you know, I did buy a beard straightener. Not really straightener, but it's just a heated brush, really. And then I got some like high quality, what's it called? Like actual beard conditioner and shampoo and stuff. Give this man braided dreads. That would be crazy. Yes, Pez. Any advice for someone that has just passed their first combine? I would say if you pass your first combine, don't put too much, don't have such high expectations that from this point on it's going to be nothing but success, because I pretty much guarantee it's not. And if you do face like a great amount of success from your first combine being passed, it's going to lead to exaggerated ego and overconfidence, more likely than anything. And just try to stay grounded and recognize that the phase you go through after passing your first combine is similar. It's going to be similar to the phase you went through when you were working on your first combine. Like, it's a whole new training ground, basically. Your emotions are different. All of a sudden, all the psychology shifts. First trade, risk like 700. You can. You had the ability. You can press the button and do it. You're the king of the bruh. Thanks, brother. Understand? Yeah, for sure. If anybody has more questions like that too, throw them in. I love answering stuff like that. Ariel, what up, what up, what up? See, Adrian, this is what I meant. Pez was always the GOAT of explaining psychology. I don't know about the GOAT, but yeah, I'm the GOAT. No, I'm just kidding. Try to be humble. But speaking of that, speaking of like humility, I do want to touch on this because it just popped in my head. I did disappear for quite a long stint of time. During that time, or leading up to that time, where I did take a break from social media altogether, leading up to that, I was succeeding at a very high level in both my trading and my basically community building of finding like-minded people that also, were chasing that success that I was coming into. That, obviously I was humble as a person, but on the inside of my head, I did get to a point where I felt like I couldn't make mistakes, and that led to some very big mistakes. Now, Pez, take credit where it's due, brother. You always help me a lot, dude, and I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you. That means a lot, actually. That means a lot. During the time that I was kind of away from being active, I wasn't so much learning about trading or even psychology of trading, but I was learning more so about life. And, being able to help people in ways where it affects their psychology trading, to me, it's like I'm not just helping someone in trading, I'm actually helping them just deal with stress, because that's kind of what the skill of trading is just working on your emotional regulation and being able to get back up after you fall down and still have the confidence that you have the capability to learn. And having people do that for me, share what they've learned and having it affect me, I really do understand the meaningfulness behind it. And hearing that from Seal, and knowing that I did see him in the beginning, and I've watched him over months now, and he might not even know that I have been thinking of him and paying attention to him and kind of seeing his progress, not just as a trader, but the way he views success in general is great to see. And I find inspiration in that. So you also help me a lot. Someone said, Pez, you look like Jesus. I don't know about that anymore. So my hair is cut by a nice bit. Do you feel like an unnecessary pressure came to you when you started being more active and putting yourself out there? Dude, man. Yes, man. Especially hitting 600 subs so quickly and really feeling the love, and obviously feeling the love is a great thing, but it also made me in my head really believe that I had to perform perfectly. It started to feel like every single thing I did had to be absolutely perfect, and not because you guys expected that of me, but because that's the way I wanted to come off. And it's just a flaw in me, basically. It's a massive part. Trading can take so much energy and joy from you if you let it. Trying to disconnect it from your happiness is the real challenge, both in losing and winning streaks. Yes, that's true. And it's not even, to me, it's not so much trying to disconnect it from your happiness, but it's trying to connect it with your peace. If that makes sense. You have to make peace with the fact that as you learn the skill of trading, if you don't have it mastered, you're losing more than you're winning. And the only way to learn trading is by practicing trading. So you have to go through a period of time where you're losing more than you're winning, but you have to trust yourself that the losses you take are necessary to progress to the point where you win more than you lose. And when you keep that in mind, then you can make peace with the losing trades. Because once you really see the losing trades as a necessary part of the journey, you won't feel so much the intense need to correct it as soon as you experience it. Had such a shit morning, blew one of the fundeds. Luckily, I've got another and cooking on another combine again. Yeah. It does feel shit. But what do? You got back up and you push forward. That's like the main thing. Exactly what any trader needs to hear. That's good. I feel like that's what I need to hear too. Because even myself, like, I'm still like early, like I'm still a baby trader, really. Like, how long has it been? Like, yeah, sure, I knew about trading, I knew the basics for like years before I really locked in, but it hasn't even been really a year and a half of me fully being locked in, doing it like 100% insane and delusional that I'm going to make it work. So like, I'm still a baby. That's the hard part, especially if you are competitive and hate losing. Definitely. But you can reroute that competitive edge though. You can rewrite that competitive edge. It reminds me a little bit about when I played hockey when I was younger. There was a specific moment in the dressing room. One of my really good buddies, which I am still really good friends with to this day, he had like anger issues. And he kept getting in fights. So we were in the dressing room. And he was basically complaining that the other teams were pissing him off and he couldn't hold back from getting penalties. And we kind of talked and like, we realized together that one of the keys to what makes the best hockey players who they are is they're able to take that anger and instead of channeling it towards something stupid that can harm the team, like taking a penalty by lashing out, they take that anger and channel it towards something else. So they reroute it towards putting the puck in the back of the net. And then in a similar way, if you have that competitive edge in trading, it's not that you're supposed to put it towards winning every trade, but you can aim that competitive edge towards dealing with losses. So if you see dealing with losses as a skill, instead of limiting your competitive edge and saying, okay, I need to stop trying to win. Just view winning as losing in a good way. Everybody knows about that book, The Best Loser Wins. But you should be proud of what you accomplished in the time you did lock in. Inspiration to many of us. Definitely, and I definitely am. I'm super grateful to be in the position that I am to learn what I'm learning. Not very many people in their mid-20s get the opportunity to learn these lessons about stewardship and basically maturing and understanding what's possible and who you can become. A lot of people are just so caught up in distractions or looking to the wrong role models. Basically because everybody learns from somewhere, and a lot of people are just learning from the wrong places. Like, they're getting the information from people that have a life that they don't want. What type of life do you think you're going to end up with if you're doing that? Bruh, see, I know you did that on purpose. But it's also probably true, which is funny. It's been quite the journey, dude. I'd say it has. Oh, the doc's wife says, hey, Pez, how are you, my brother? Hockey doing you good? Hockey really kind of I would say saved me, but it really helped me. And it's been helping me. Where you been, brother? On the rink? on the ice. Am I bullish or bearish? Well, I wouldn't really say like to an intraday trader, it's more so session by session. It's like one session I could be bullish, one session I could be bearish. I don't really care about the monthly projections that much. But yeah, Unified, I've just been on the rink, really on the ice, and trying to figure out, like I was saying earlier, in the time that I kind of been away, I've been learning more about life in general. I'm not focused so much on learning about trading, because I didn't really know, like I knew I wanted to succeed in trading, but I didn't even really know why. Like I didn't even really know what I wanted in life, and I still kind of don't. Pez is bullish because he's going up in the world. 100%. Yeah, I'm doing good, Kyle. Hope you're well too. By the way, there's something on your story that you might want to check out. I don't know if you meant to post that. Josh says you don't trade on anything shorter than 1 day. Well, more power to you, I guess. Yeah. That probably is a lot less stressful, but I feel like it takes a different type of personality to trade that type of way. I prefer to have like the routine that I do now of getting on session by session and doing my analysis for that period of time. Wise head on young shoulders. You have plenty of time to work things out. Yeah, I do. That's the thing is I do recognize I have plenty of time to work things out. But at the same time, in this time, in like the short amount of time ahead of me now, the decisions I make, I do recognize are going to be very important. Josh does crypto, so 1 day is still volatile enough for breakouts either side. That's interesting, yeah. I can definitely see that. I'll drop you a like for reading all the comments. Thank you, dude. Peace, bro. What do you mean by that? What is the purpose of that comment, my friend? Yo, Tucker. I was enjoying your live. Did you take a trade after? Adriano says, sorry, thinking of what to type. It's all good. Yeah, go ahead and pick it, man. Ask anything. You might get some stupidity every now and then. Which is like, that's why I found this meme I seen online so funny. It was a picture of like Mr. Bean. It's like making a stupid face, and then the quote on top of it was, me casually saying, I don't know though, after I give advice in case I ruin their life. So I always do that. Many payouts recently, dog. Are you asking me, or are you saying you got a bunch of payouts? It's getting late for Adrian down under, so bro texting and sleeping. Yeah, he's in a dream right now. Hey Jess, what's up? But yeah, Tucker, if you're asking me, I got I got a few decent payouts in April, so I'm happy with that. Definitely wouldn't really expect any more or care about getting any more. Still top step yet. You're LARPing? Yeah, I'll say I did like basically 10K this month, which is not crazy, but it's also like very good. $10K is amazing, yeah. Do you trade the one account or multiple accounts? Multiple accounts, yeah. This month I was kind of just like, what I was doing this month was I was doing the consistency rule. What's it called? Like, yeah, the consistency rules instead of the 5 days with 150 or more. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Top Step and how that works, but I would be aggressive on the challenges, and then off the first trade, be aggressive as well, and then, but not aggressive to the point where like a lot of people have tried to do the 5 winning days method by like getting a big trade on one day or a couple days of big trades and then getting their $150 days. This month I was kind of just doing like medium intensity for 3 days and then taking a okay payout and ended up getting up to like about 10K in revenue. Does that change how you approach the session in terms of sizing, or just stick to playbook? My sizing has changed a lot month to month, to be honest. The way I trade doesn't really change, but the way I approach getting money out of a prop firm does kind of evolve over time. When doing multiple accounts, it depends on like, because obviously it's psychologically taxing to go heavy on, like let's say you have 3 accounts that you're copy trading. Like going super heavy, knowing that it's very possible that it won't work out and then it not working out is a lot more psychologically taxing than doing it on one account. So I don't really like to do that too much. But also, what am I trying to say? Nah, never mind, scratch that. We got 17 people here and 10 likes. That's a pretty good like ratio. Thank you guys. What's the coffee for the day? That might be the best question I got yet. Shout out the Doc's wife for that question. The coffee of the day is from my Ninja, what's it called? Cafe Deluxe Premium something, where you can like make espressos and coffees, and like it got the frother and everything on it, grind size. It's like super awesome coffee machine, because as I think I got it with my first payout actually, or one of my first payouts. I was like, man, I gotta get a dope ass coffee machine. And it's funny because I seen a few of the guys in Daniel's Discord do the same thing. But then the beans is just like some beans I got from the grocery store, 50% off the McDonald's ones, which is stupid because if I go out to get coffee, then I go to McDonald's. And then if I don't want to go to McDonald's, like, or I'm just not in the mood to go for a drive, which is the main reason I do get coffee at McDonald's, just to get out of the house. If I don't feel like doing that, I end up having friggin' McDonald's coffee beans in my machine, and it's like, why do I do that? A Nam Jaffrey. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but what's up? Mark says he's a fish. Why do you say that? I'd like a explanation. Sorry? Why? You're sorry because your name's hard to pronounce? Don't be sorry about that, dude. Hey, Legend. Do you want to get live account from Top Step? Would you be okay with that? I think I spoke on that a while ago. I have been thinking about aiming for that, to actually, move back to live and do more of a long-term type thing. But yes, of course, I would be okay with that if it happened. This coffee sipping is giving Mafia Boss. For real? Damn, I might have to do this every time then. Saya, see ya. Dude, I remember you so well, but for some reason I can't remember if it's Sia or Saya. Macca's is the go-to for me as well, Light says. Yeah, 100%. I mean, we have Tim's in Canada, Tim Hortons. I'm assuming you're in Australia if you said Macca's, but a lot of people around here like to get Tim's. And, like, McDonald's is kind of just more so for greasy food, but I prefer their coffee over Tim's anyways. You want to start stream again? Well, sorry, I do want to connect with everybody more regularly. If this ends up being the best way to do it, I definitely will. I don't know if this is super entertaining though. Like, it's kind of just for fun, really. So in the mentorship, many guys have been jumping to any market that shows them a little skin. Do you stick to gold and NQ only, or do you sometimes jump ship too? I, for one, stick to what I know, gold. So I feel like Seal is thinking up this question mainly for other people in the stream, because I know he understands, but it's definitely better to stick to one pair and really understand the price action of that pair over a long period of time, and then you can think about moving to one or two more. But, and even if it's a longer period of time, maybe four, right? But if you're early in the game, like a lot of these people who are jumping in any market that shows them a little skin, they're really early and they're antsy and eager to take basically anything they can find. So that's why they do it. I wouldn't say you're learning. I wouldn't say you're learning from that. I'd say you're actually degenerating. How is trading going, Pez? You have the live on Top Step. No, I was talking about that earlier. I'm thinking about aiming for another live account, but I haven't really fully decided. XFAs do seem to be easier for I think it's easier psychologically to get money out of the market. I wouldn't say more consistently, but like more regularly. A live account, I feel like, is more so long term and more focused on actually building like a large amount of capital with Top Step and working with them to get to the point where the money you do withdraw gives them profit on your profit split with them. That's like the real goal of a prop firm. We have McGriddles here. So with the maple, I feel like I'm visiting Canada. Yeah, we are known for maple syrup for sure. Yeah, Mickey D's coffee is like it's a good good thing to grab just quickly. Sometimes you do find yourself like in the drive-thru, you're getting food anyways. You need a coffee, it's just good to grab on there. There's not many like high tier fancy cafes or anything around here either. And the ones that are around here, they're typically like small businesses and kind of expensive. But it is good to support local at the same time. I've actually been putting creatine in my coffee as of lately. I posted on my story on Instagram, which, by the way, if anybody's new in here, I do have an Instagram that I'm thinking about starting to post on more as well. But who knows? I'm kind of like when I first hopped on stream, I was talking about it. I'm trying to find my lane in social media. Don't really have an idea fully on what it is yet. If you want to send me your postal addy in a PM on Dissy, and I'll send you some local Noosa coffee beans. Are you dead ass? Yeah, I'd be down for that. But I feel like it would be crazy. I don't know about expensive, but to go from, because you're in Australia, right? That's like the other side of the world. Thoughts on Trump tweets affecting the market and how we need to handle that volatility to not get FOMO. That's an interesting question. Trump tweets affecting the market is definitely a form of fundamentals that, hasn't really been around. Like us being traders now and trading in these markets with Trump being the president, the fundamentals that affect the market now is completely different than what the fundamental traders would trade, like even just like 10 years ago. Like even from the last time Trump was president, it wouldn't like this. So I would say separate yourself from a fundamentals trader. Like think of it in terms of like the red folder news. Like we, as like technical traders, you trade price action and stuff like that. We look at red folder news as if that's not even our friggin' that's not even our like atmosphere. Like we don't even go near that stuff. So if there is a Trump tweet that affects the market heavily, it's similar to news coming out because people are just doing whatever, going nuts in that time period. Also depends on the tweet too. It could be something that impacts it a lot, like some actual news, or it could be just something that increases volume. If it just increases volume, like that's perfectly fine. That's like actually good for us. Australian coffee is the best. I heard that from a few people. So I definitely need to get Allison to send me some, for sure. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for answering and providing insight. Of course, dude. Of course. And some of your psychology. Speaking to Discord. Yeah, I've been more active in the Discord as of lately. I'm probably going to continue doing that for sure. Like I said, I do miss everybody. But I also have been like learning about life separate from trading. Separate from any endeavor, online, growing communities, whatever my lane ends up being with that. Like I just been really like genuinely learning about life and who I am and how that relates to what I want to do. I have changed a lot for the better, I will say, since I started trading. But it's not even so much changing. It's like, I feel like just becoming who I was always supposed to be. Like, if I wasn't such an idiot before. Be nice to you. That's the thing. I am nice to me. I'm nice to me now. I'm nice to who I am now, right? But who I was yesterday, that's a different story. The whole community lights up when you come on, so we'd love to hear from you. Glad you're finding your way in this life and speaking to OGs. Your value is amazing. Thank you. Guys, why are you trying to butter me up so much? Why are you doing this to me? You're making me blush. You guys are too good. You guys are too friggin' awesome. Like, how could I not have to come live again and speak to you guys? That's true, yeah. Well, you really got it across then. Because you're real, bro. That's also something that I value a lot, is just authenticity. I value that a lot. Hard to find real ones? Dude, I know, man. It is insanely hard to find real ones. But once you do, you got to keep them around. That's the thing. That's another thing I've been learning too, to like more. I always knew that, really. I always knew like real people are rare. Most people just haven't learned what they need to learn yet, and having them in your life lots of times does more negative than good. But since trading, it fast-tracked my understanding to just how like urgent it is to actually take that into consideration, into like how you move about your life. Like, I've had to cut people off or just limit my communication with certain people. And I've also had to work to strengthen relationships with certain people as well. Like, there's some people that I did drift away from, which I never should have. And I had to get back in contact with them and basically like kind of rekindle a connection, because I needed someone in my life that had similar goals, but not even with trading, but just similar goals to live by morals and values that align with what we're really trying to accomplish here. It takes courage to be real and legit the only way. It do take courage. And it makes it a lot easier though. Like, yes, it takes courage to be real, but being able to turn on a stream, like not very many people are blessed in the way I am to be able to turn on a stream and literally just talk bullshit. Like, whatever comes to my mind, I'm speaking right now. And there's 15 people watching. And there's people commenting, telling me that they appreciate me. Like, that makes it a lot easier to have the courage to be real. To like actually show my personality and actually go outside in my town and be different. It makes it a lot easier for me to pursue something that majority of people think is crazy. Love your honest consciousness stream. Thank you. Danny says, been a while, hope you are Pez. I am Pez. I know what you meant though. Yes, I'm well. Dang, we're coming up on 45 minutes here. It feels like it's only been 2. I've started thinking about what it makes you move from earning $150 to $200 a day to wanting more and why that never feels like enough. Somehow greed kicks in, pushing you to chase 250 to 350 instead. The only times I've noticed things go well is when I stick to smaller profits. That's an interesting observation. Definitely. I'm going to think about that for a second. I have thought about it before. The way I frame it for myself is because obviously I've gotten some big payouts, and the only way that I got big payouts was to take big risks, or risk a higher amount of capital in one trade, whether that be a more higher percentage or whatever. It's still a larger amount of capital. And for me to get to that point where I even desired to do something like that, let alone desired to the point where I actually took action on it, I framed it in a way in my head to where trading being my pursuit and being the thing that I'm locking in on, the skill itself to me, aside from mastering yourself and being able to control your emotions and executing an edge to over time make profit, it's also being able to handle pressure, which is kind of what I just said. Like being able to control your emotions, and then, once you control your emotions at $200 a day, then you increase it to 500. All of a sudden the pressure and emotions become different and you're evolving. And to me, that's kind of how you evolve to an elite trader, of managing massive amounts of capital. But you also don't have to go down that path. If you're comfortable with 250, or if you're comfortable with 150 to 200, and then you go up a little bit and you just can't manage to pull it off, maybe you don't even want to go up. Like, maybe you know that you're comfortable with that amount. I don't know. Have you done I am? Speaking the thing that you're going for as though it's done thing? Kind of. I don't know if I intentionally done it to the point where I looked in the mirror and just said I am something, but I've definitely said in my head many times, this is going to happen. I've rationally thought out in my head why things are going to happen and why there is no possibility that it won't. And to me, manifesting is a very nuanced thing, because a lot of people get into manifestation and they think, I need to convince myself that this is going to happen. But in my version of manifestation, or the way I understand it, is I just need to recognize that this is going to happen. Because one person can repeat a phrase like I am this, I am this, I am this. But if you don't actually believe it when you're saying it, it's not going to have the same effect. I am a wildly successful, profitable trader, wealthy beyond my wildest dreams. I understand that. I don't really do specific mantras like that, but I just have a very cemented identity. And part of that does come from thinking stuff like that, but it's not intentional to the point where I'll dedicate some time in my day to do something like that. I think it's best to increase risk progressively. Best way to find out the tolerance is to see how you're feeling when you take a stop loss on a higher risk. If you can stomach it, stick to it. Otherwise, reduce it. Yeah, that definitely is super valid. It's definitely super valid. And it goes back to what I was saying before too. You can learn to stomach it as well. But it's not even so much learning to stomach it. You're going to stomach it either way. It's just whether or not you accept the feeling that you're feeling and don't make irrational decisions because of it. Because if you, like, I can't remember who it was that said earlier, they risk so much, they succeed, they increase it, they don't. Why are your decisions different when you increase it? That's something you got to think about. There's something affecting you emotionally that you might not be aware of that's causing you to make different decisions when you're risking more capital compared to when you're risking a lower capital. And that's something that needs to be identified. I am a fish. Ty, welcome. This is another legend in the chat here. The legend fish. It's a biblical concept? Really? I didn't know that. Well, the thing with like quote unquote manifestation being a biblical concept, like Seal, I'll weigh in on this because I know why you're saying that. And it does make sense to me why you would think it's not Christian. And the way a lot of people think about it, it isn't Christian. But I think there is a way you can think about the manifestation in a way where it is Christian. Because in the Bible, it says multiple times throughout it that you should submit yourself to God's will. And how many times in your life have you thought that something was meant to be that you ultimately had to accept wasn't meant to be? Right? And the manifestation for me aligns with my Christian values because I align it to the point where I know I am something and I know I'm going to accomplish something, and I have complete faith that this is what God wants for me. And I also accept that whatever God wants for me is the best thing for me. So that's how I kind of align it. And Seal, I remember a specific conversation that you had with me before where you said, like, there's no way God put me and I think it was your brother, right? You said, like, there's no way God put me and my brother through all of this for us not to succeed, basically. And that's like kind of the thought process behind the way I bring my visions to reality. Or, yeah. I like Neville Goddard for manifestation technique. I don't agree with his take on the nature of reality, but as a way to reprogram your brain is excellent. Interesting. I never heard of that guy. Yeah, but that's also not manifesting. That's more faith. Faith in our Creator. I guess, yeah, but I guess that's kind of true. But at the same time, like, you deciding to have faith is basically you manifesting the outcome that God wants for you. Is it not, though? Like, I don't really subscribe to the whole, like, mainstream type of manifestation. I kind of just think about it my own way, but I may be wrong. I don't know. It's the feeling and belief makes things happen. I think you misworded that. Well, yes, like feeling and belief does make things happen, I think. Because the way you think affects the way you feel, and then the way you feel affects the way you act. So if you're thinking that God has what's best for your future in mind when he designs your life, then you're going to feel like the bad things that happen to you are for your benefit, and then you're going to act in a way where you're going to make different decisions based on your past mistakes. I don't either. People these days wake up and say shit like the universe, this or that. That type of new age shit is not for me. Yeah. It's also interesting too that you can talk to somebody one day in their life and then talk to them a year later and their perspective is completely different. So I don't really pay much heed into the way someone looks at the world in one given moment. I'm just focused more on viewing the way the world works in my way, or in my experience. Yo, MK, did I get back to you? I think I answered you, right? I seen your message on Instagram. I was meaning to answer it. I think I did. But if not, I'll look at that after. Okay, I did, sweet. So valid. Experience changes how we see things a lot. It do, definitely. Well, you're kind of getting immediate feedback consistently, so how could it not? Like, you do one thing, something happens, you think a certain way because of it, then you do another, something different happens, it molds the way you think. So, yeah. I wouldn't really look to someone who's 17, who's acting up, and think they know everything for life advice on perspective. Right? Their experience just hasn't really molded their perspective in a way that would be beneficial to me. Very true. My perspective would be vastly different to you guys. Your environment plays a big part. 100%. Ty is pretty grounded. We always talked about how Ty is a lot like more mature for his age than the majority of people, though. It's very impressive, and him having people like Dan around and stuff like that, and having Dan as a mentor is very beneficial to him too. As long as he tries to soak in some good knowledge and actually put things into practice, because he will make mistakes from this point on, but yeah, he got good people around him. He's surrounded by good people. It was great to hang with the guys. Yeah, I'd say that was awesome. I can't wait for some content to be put out. Really excited to see that. Miss me? Yeah, I miss you guys too. Seal, you're gone? Oh no, Allison was talking about it was great to hang with the guys in Bali, I think. I don't think she was saying it was great to hang out with us, like she's leaving. Guys, we're coming up on an hour right now. I might actually hop off. It's been terrific, though. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I definitely will do this again. I enjoyed it, and I greatly appreciate everybody who showed up and shared their thoughts and asked me questions and basically just chilled or whatever. Is awesome. Greatly appreciate everyone. If there's anybody here who hasn't subscribed to my channel, and go ahead. we'll see where the future brings us. Right now, I am where I am, and yeah, it's a great life, and you guys make it better. Seal says, well, Pez, really great to chat again, bro. Stay safe, and we love you, brother. Love you guys too. With that, I'll go ahead and click end. Where do I even do that? Thanks, Pez. Yeah, you're welcome, dude. Thank you for showing up. Be well, yeah, be well. I think it's just X, yeah.